Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Shuffle Podcast, episode 262. I'm Joe.
I'm Lauren.
Lauren, how the heck are you?
I'm tired, but I'm really good.
It's a late
night.
It's a late recording.
It's a late night show. But it's good.
Yeah,
Life
you've been busy. You've been busy. Can we talk about what happened last week? What you told me last week?
What happened last week?
When you found out about your employment situation?
Yeah. So I've been working for whatever and
You've been working.
I've been working and I'm in an internship and such. And I was supposed to be extended, but then that role got filled and they didn't even realize, like, my boss didn't realize that the HR kind of did it and everything.
Yeah.
And so then I had no job. And so now I am looking for a job. I have a few more days left.
If you're interested, Lauren has experience in working. I don't actually know what your job was.
You don't even know what I do?
No idea.
Wasn't
it something with...
I do, like, project scheduling.
She can make a schedule.
I can make a schedule. So hit me up.
Yeah. If
I
you have
love
a project that needs to be on schedule,
yeah,
Lauren can help.
I'm your gal.
With that.
I'm your gal. I love it. I had never done it prior to this and had no...
What's your degree in?
Which one? No, so my...
Suck my ass.
Yeah,
Which one?
That was so mean. So my undergrad was in animation and gaming design. And then my the one I'm working on right now, my master's, is in themed environments integration, which is just a fancy word for, like, theme park design or themed space design.
Yes.
So like
themed
anything that's
makes sense.
themed.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Cool.
So and so that's why I'm in that industry right now. But yeah, I need a job. In 2 days, I'm not gonna have a job. I'm unemployed, and it's going to be really fun.
Yeah. Right around the holidays too. Merry Christmas to you.
I know. I mean, at least I get to take off. I don't have to worry about taking off for the holidays.
Yeah, I haven't gotten some of my days yet for the holidays. But I mean, I'm gonna call out anyways.
My issue is finding the babysitter for that. Finding a babysitter for the kids has been tough for the holidays.
First world problems.
It is. It is. So I unfortunately I'm not actually going home for Christmas. I'm gonna be going home after Christmas, which means it'll be my first Christmas not at home, and my first one alone. So scary, spooky, but I don't care because
Riley will be here.
Home. You're gonna be here?
Whoa, way to break the fourth wall and to let him know that Riley's right.
You pointed.
Yeah, but I point all the time when we're recording. Now it's like, you're gonna be.
Whoa, that's crazy. She's not
Spoiler,
actually here.
Yeah, Riley is in the room with us.
Yeah, she's with us.
Yeah. Yeah, no, she'll be here.
Yeah. Okay. Word. That's exciting. Yeah. I don't know when I'm specifically leaving yet.
Are you flying?
Yeah.
Hey, price of flight's expensive. Might want to purchase it soon.
Oh, I'm well aware.
Yeah.
Did you see that Amazon Prime is doing a deal for 18 to...
Are they gonna ship me home?
Not you. You're too old.
They're gonna ship children?
It's like 18 to 22-year-olds. It's like college kids.
Oh.
Because you also get Prime with, like, a school account.
Yeah.
They're sending that, like, they're giving them like $25 flights and stuff. I haven't looked into it too much because I think I'm too old. I don't remember the upper
I'll lie
age.
about my age.
Sure, go for it. Because $25 flights, fuck, that's nice.
You know what?
Dude.
Have you seen? I've seen TikToks recently. There's this one. I think he's a politician, who has been investigating just many companies and people about their poor business practices. And his videos are all over my TikTok. And there was one recently where he had the CEO of, we'll get to CEOs in a minute.
Whoa, that's a
the
spooky
CEO
word.
of Spirit Airlines. I think they had Frontier Airlines there. They had a bunch of those like budget or low budget airlines, and that everybody tries to fly because they're super cheap, myself included.
Yeah, for sure.
And he was talking to them about like their baggage fees, about how they're absolutely ridiculous to pay for baggage.
Yeah.
And apparently it has come to light that these airlines incentivize their employees to find people whose bags are a little bit too big for like that carry-on size or personal item size, and charge them more money. And so they incentivize them with basically like a commission. And so for every bag they find, at least at Spirit, they pay their employees per bag $10.
What?
$10
If they
per
find
bag
one that's
if
too
they find
big.
one that's too big, because that person, they charge them, and Spirit admitted they lowered their price of how much they charge them at the airport from $99 to $79 additional on top of the bag they already paid for.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And Frontier is a $99 fee. I know that because I'm flying Frontier for Christmas.
Yeah.
And they said that if you don't purchase your bag in advance, it'll be a $99 fee at the gate. If you purchase your bag in advance and it's too big, it's a $99 fee at the gate. And that's ridiculous. And on top of that, on top of all
There's
of that,
more.
there is more.
Oh my God.
I purchased my flight. At the time, I was like, I'm going to hold off on purchasing the luggage because, one, I don't know, like, if I'm bringing a carry-on. I don't know if I'm just bringing a personal item for free. Most likely, I'm going to end up bringing a carry-on. But I was like, let me hold off on buying this until I get my next paycheck. It was like right before Thanksgiving. I was like, I'm dropping bank on Thanksgiving alone.
Yeah.
And Black Friday shopping. So let me just hold off. And so that night, I purchased my flight. I went to go look at how much the bags would run me afterwards, and they had already gone up $10 from when I was purchasing the flight. Minutes after I purchased the flight.
Insane.
Now, they went from being, I think they were originally like $44. They went up to $54 right after I purchased the flight. Now they're $74 both ways.
For checked or carry-on?
For both. Checked and carry-on. So, like, naturally, right, you'd want to go check bag because it's bigger, right? Last time I did a check bag with Frontier, 2 Christmases ago, they lost my luggage and never got it back.
Oh my God.
I would not do a check bag again because they totally screwed it up, especially during the holidays where it's just chaotic there.
I get so paranoid. If you ask any of my friends, I'm really good at packing because I hate checking a bag.
Yeah.
So I will cram 30 fits and clothes and shit, and I don't bring shampoo and conditioner. I just go suck it up or whatever and shove it all into a carry-on. And have you ever been like checked by those people? Like, have you ever been called out?
Well, so now what Frontier does is they make, especially during the busy season, it hasn't happened to me like when I'm flying in the summer, but during the holiday season, they make every single person in line put their bag into that little metal box thing that's totally unrealistic because there's more space under the seat than that metal box admits to. So I'm very angry. I hate flying Frontier, but they're so cheap. And the problem is like everyone's like, well, after all the baggage fees, isn't Southwest cheaper? Yes, if you purchase Southwest soon enough. The problem is Southwest flights, especially back to Orlando, they book out so far in advance that it's impossible to know when you're going to fly that far.
It's hard to find a nonstop with Southwest. It's like none.
Yeah.
One time when I was flying, and I've flown Frontier and had the same issue. One time when I flew Spirit, they made me like check my bag, and I said, "Oh no, it fits." I was like, "I'll show you," and they're like, "No, we know it doesn't fit," and they didn't let me prove it. And I
Did they
asked,
charge you?
yes, and I asked them, I was like, "No, let me fit it into your little size thing," and she goes, "We don't have time. We need you to send this plane out. Yours will not fit." And I was like, "Oh no. That's not okay."
And guess what? They gave that person $10 extra that day.
Yeah, pissed.
Yeah.
Pissed. Not even letting me show that it fit because I know damn well it fucking fits. I don't even have the extender on my suitcase where you can like poof it out wider. Mine is tiny.
Yeah.
Ugh. So yeah, for my flight for Christmas, I am checking a bag. I'm going American. I'm just trying to go no worries because I'll do the quick little weekend trips and I'll do Frontier, Spirit, JetBlue.
Yeah. If I'm just bringing a backpack, I'm not going to worry about it. The thing is, like, with traveling for the holidays, you're almost always coming back with more than you went there with.
I'm checking a bag that's going to be empty. Like, I might just put a parka in there.
Yeah.
Like, otherwise, because I know that, like, I'm going to have, like, holiday gifts. Like, my mom's going to send me back with stuff. I might come back with more clothes if I go shopping.
Yeah.
Whatever. And so I'm already planning on having an empty bag, but I'm just like, ugh. I thought about driving.
So did I. If I hadn't already driven home twice this year, I would do it.
How long is your drive?
20 hours. It ends up, they say it's 18, but by the time you stop and let the dog out and let yourself out, it's about 20 hours.
Man,
yeah.
Mine's about 13, so I can't complain.
That's not bad.
Mine's a day. I can easily bust it out.
Yeah.
It's like 11 to 13 on like a good day, you know, and then like maybe gets to 15 with stops.
Yeah.
But
I typically will leave at like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning and get there at 8 p.m.
Yeah.
9 p.m.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
No,
crazy.
8 p.m. wouldn't make sense. I think it's almost 10 by the time I get there.
I just don't want to lose a whole day because I'm already kind of cramming. Because again, I have to find a babysitter, and I don't want to have to spend more money on said babysitter than I have to. I also don't like leaving them alone all day.
Yeah.
It's not like the babysitter's staying here.
Yeah.
So, it's tough.
It is.
It's tough with how expensive flights are right now.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I like trying to find, and I have a trip to Nashville in February, so I was looking at flights for that, and everything was $400 to $500.
Yeah, it's insane.
Because it's Valentine's Day weekend. And every motherfucker's flying to Nashville for Valentine's Day, and so
for Galentine's, that's what they're going for.
It is Galentine's, and that's like why I'm going. I'm going for a concert, and so my flight is at like 5 a.m. Saturday after Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Saturday morning, and then I fly back Sunday afternoon. So I was just like, this is the cheapest thing, and it's like $170 with just a backpack.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is insane. I don't even get a bag. I don't even what?
Yeah.
What?
And that's why, like, I really should just start spending more money to fly, like JetBlue, Southwest, one of those, because the bags are almost always included. I think JetBlue doesn't, so they have some flights where your bag isn't included, but Southwest always included. The only problem with Southwest, which is changing in 2025, is it's that whole pick your own seat thing.
Yes, I did see they were changing that.
Thank God they're changing that, because I hate if you get boarding group C, you're getting a middle seat in the back of the plane.
Right, you have
Sucks.
to find your seat. Yeah.
So now they're going to be reserving, which will probably jack up the price of flights a little bit because
you're going to pay for your seat.
Yeah, but that's whatever.
Which that's another thing I hate. I hate that you have to pay for your seat. I don't.
On Frontier,
you pay,
or you just get
you
just get one. Yeah,
you paid for your flight already.
Yeah.
Why do I have to add $30 just to sit?
To pick an aisle seat.
Sit in the 30th row.
Yeah.
That's outrageous.
Yeah.
That makes no sense. I get it for like the leg room spaces, but when every other seat's the exact same.
Yeah. Just let me. Either don't let me pick a seat, or let me pick one with the price included.
It should just be random, and you just pick your preferred seat. Like if you prefer an aisle, prefer a window, and then it should just be a random draw that you get like a little bit more. Like if you prefer this, you have a better chance of getting your aisle seat, but it's not guaranteed.
Yeah.
And then if you get middle, sucks to suck.
Yeah.
I think they should have made planes skinnier with just 2 aisles, so people either have the window or the aisle and no middle seat. Middle seats are.
Yeah, I'd sign up for that flight.
I've been on a plane that small before.
Really? Yeah.
Perf.
I love it.
Tiny, cute, and small.
Yeah, every year I'm gonna stop flying Frontier, and then I
do that too. I'm like,
because ultimately, like, they are cheaper, right? And again, this year Southwest had a flight going up to Buffalo really cheap. It was a really good price. Coming back down, $700.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah. So I was like, I'm not doing that, because the cheap one that they had coming back down had sold out ages ago. So it's like, if I know 6 months in advance what days I'm going to be flying for the holidays, then absolutely I'll book it on Southwest and spend a little bit more on Southwest, because ultimately that little bit more would have been the same price I was paying for Frontier to add bags and to add fucking this and that and all this other crap.
And you're flying out of Sanford then?
No.
Oh, that's good. Normally Frontier goes out of Sanford.
Not at any time I've flown it.
You're
getting screwed. Probably because of where you're flying too.
Yes. Yeah. That's why. I hate how expensive flying is these days. I'm gonna be honest, no reason.
Nope.
Things haven't.
It's 2024.
Things haven't changed.
What are we doing?
Why are we not?
The planes aren't better.
The planes are not better.
In fact, I think they're getting worse.
Seriously, I'm like, why is there not a screen in front of my face right now?
Yeah.
Why is it only one airline that does the track my plane? That should be standard.
Yeah.
That's so silly that we're still having.
There's still Southwest airplanes that don't have Wi-Fi on them. Now, Frontier doesn't have anything.
Yes.
But there are still, like Southwest, there are some planes that have Wi-Fi and you can watch a movie on your phone or track your flight on your phone, and that's great. But there are still some that don't have that.
Yeah. And like,
what are we doing?
I don't care if like it's an old plane or like I don't care if there's Wi-Fi or not, but like I feel like it's not that hard to install these things.
No.
You know? Like tape an iPad on. We're good.
Just tape. They're just there with command strips.
Yeah.
Putting iPads on all the seats.
I don't know. I just feel like I also feel like I am flying wrong. Like in terms of like I know friends who have like the credit cards. So they get the free flight every year.
A friend of mine, she paid for that. It's like essentially a season pass.
Yeah.
To fly Frontier.
Yeah.
And because they were doing a deal on it, which they almost always do some sort of deal or sale on that thing because they want people to get it. The problem is with that is it's like you have to basically be booking your flight last minute. Which now sometimes I do that a lot, but it's kind of subject to availability.
Right.
I can't guarantee that I'm going to get that flight that I want.
You are depending on that one airline to have times that are flexible with you.
Yes.
And some of them don't even fly on certain days.
Yeah.
And all this. I mean, it's just like, God, it's hard to like commit to the one.
Which is why I'm thinking like flying Southwest, get the Southwest credit card, whatever that is, and then rack up those points. And then when they do their 50% off points, you buy up all those points.
Yeah.
The flight that when I went back, I don't remember when it was, but I took my trip to Albany, like super last minute.
Yeah.
I purchased that flight with points. So it was basically free.
Yeah.
Because
great.
I bought some points, but the points that I bought were less than the cost of what the flight would have been if I just paid for the flight outright.
Right.
So,
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So I was like, this is a free flight.
Yeah.
Girl math.
Just bought a few points. It's fine.
Yeah.
I've looked into that. I know some people who work remote for like JetBlue and just casually do like meaningless work.
Working for an airline? Genius.
And they get
Genius.
Correct. And so they get on like flights for free. And I know someone whose dad is a pilot for American. And because of that, she can get onto any American flight, but she has to be waitlist. Only or standby. So she will go to like the airport and sit and wait, and if she doesn't get on that plane, she'll drive home and then come back and try the next flight that's like 3 hours later or whatever. So when she came to town, this is one of Emma's friends.
Okay.
She came into town for that Pirate Fest, Gasparilla.
Love Gasparilla,
and it took her 3 flights of like going to the airport, waiting, not getting on that one, coming home, going to the airport, waiting, not getting home. And on the 3rd flight, they had a seat for her. She got to fly for free.
See, like that's super convenient, but is it worth
it convenient? I mean, it was only 1 day of inconvenience.
That's fair.
So if you know you're like flying in the morning, then you've been like booked out your whole day already, you know? And so, but I couldn't do that because I have to know that I'm going to be in a place at a certain time or whatever. And same for us. Like we had to like wait to like figure out when to go pick her up from the airport. So it's kind of hard.
It's nice that you're getting a free flight, but boy, the inconvenience really like
at what cost?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to get the like travel card to like rack up points one day, but also
if I wasn't so financially irresponsible, I would get the credit card right now.
They happen.
But I'm way too financially irresponsible.
The thing is, the other trade-off, sorry, we're just travel planning right now.
Yeah.
The other trade-off is like a hotel card. Then you get like Marriott for cheap or get points to then get the hotel cheap, and then you don't feel as guilty.
It's true.
Getting the flight.
Yeah.
Because you're already staying for free at the hotel.
Yeah. See, I don't fly a lot of places where I end up staying in a hotel, so I haven't even like that's not a thought that's ever crossed my mind.
You don't get out much.
No. The vacations I take typically involve a tent instead of a hotel. Yeah.
Not me.
Not Hermione.
Not Hermione. You.
Anyways.
I need the.
So we have a draft, Christmas related.
Oh,
again.
We do. Oh my gosh, you're right.
Last week was Christmas songs. This week is Christmas movies. It could be holiday movies if you got if there's like a movie about Hanukkah that you really, really like.
There is.
Is there?
That Adam Sandler movie.
That doesn't narrow it down.
Oh, no, it's like an animated movie.
Oh.
12. Oh, don't quote me.
There's 8 days of Hanukkah.
I know. I'm trying to think of the name. Don't quote me on it.
Okay. Yep. Won't do it.
That I don't know. But
you get first pick.
My number 1 pick of the Christmas movie
Draft.
draft. Thank you. I forgot the word. Is The Santa Claus.
Shit. That was my number 3.
Damn. I adore that movie. I love the energy.
So good.
I love the memories.
The first one, right?
Specifically the first one, but any
love
of
them all. Love them all. Yeah.
Jack Frost.
Love
what
him.
What a great villain. Heller. Yeah, I'm a big fan of all of those. I love all the actors in it. I love the story. I think it's a really creative movie, and it's one of those ones that's just is a good old wholesome, like, cozy, happy Christmas movie.
Yep.
You know, like
it's classic. It's too good.
It's a classic.
Yeah,
it's really creative.
Love them. My number 1. Now I will preface all of these with saying I drafted these movies. I think unlike I usually do drafts. Like last week was very much like my favorite Christmas songs. This week I'm doing a draft based off what I think the most popular movies are.
Oh, interesting.
Yes.
So you're just going off of the pop.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the Santa Claus is definitely in the
Definitely
top
up there,
5
yes.
of all-time Christmas movies.
So I went with How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the Jim Carrey version.
Great pick.
Yes, that's my number 1.
He's my number 8.
What?
Specific reason why I don't...
Did you draft based off of your favorites personally?
Yeah.
Okay. That's crazy.
I do love that movie, and I love him as the Grinch.
Yeah.
The only reason I don't like that movie is when he is a baby and when he gets bullied when he's
Santa,
a kid.
bye-bye.
Yeah, that is fucking weird. And then when he's a toddler and he gets bullied for shaving his... I get like such a weird ick.
Look
and
at
then
that hack job.
Yeah, I hate the bullying scene because I just feel so sad.
Yeah.
But also, he's so ugly.
Yeah, the secondhand embarrassment I'm feeling is strong.
I can't. I genuinely cannot watch those scenes.
Yeah.
The baby is so scary.
So hideous.
Otherwise, I love the movie.
Great
so
movie.
Hilarious.
I quote that movie year round.
All the time.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Loathe? Are you kidding me?
Loathe entirely.
The wicked loathing aside. Grinch.
Loathe.
Started.
2 green people who loathe
Yes,
things.
Yeah, but good pick. I do adore that movie.
Thank you. Your number 2.
My number dosage is oldie.
Okay.
Old school.
Black and white?
Nerd.
Okay.
Stop motion.
Okay, yeah.
A Year Without Santa Claus.
Year Without a Santa Claus is so good.
So
Almost
good.
put it on my list because I do think it is actually up there as one of the favorites of all time.
I think so too, and I think it's one of those ones that people, for some reason, unless you really do religiously watch it, forget it exists.
Yeah, until
it
it's on.
shows up, or some kind of even the Rudolph one.
Mm-hmm.
When that shows up in merchandise, people are like, "Oh my god, I forgot that's a weird little clay movie."
Yeah.
Or
Year Without a Santa Claus. That song, Mr. Heat Miser.
Oh,
so
my
good.
God. When I say that I love the Heat and Freeze Miser so much, I know that song by heart. It's so good.
One of the best Christmas songs I think ever.
Bum,
Bottom. My number 2,
I love that
and this
movie.
is why I prefaced with I'm going with the popular pick because I actually hate this movie.
I can't believe you put this on your draft.
I know, as my number 2.
Mm-hmm.
My number 2 is Elf.
Didn't even make my draft.
No, it would, if we were doing my favorites,
Whoa.
if we were doing my personal favorites, I never would have. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna just. There's a cat.
It never would have made the list. I don't even know how to adjust what just happened there. He just totally screwed up everything.
Catzilla. I think he's a little back.
Yeah, that feels right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he never would have. You're so cut off. Let's shift it that way too.
Thanks, Jet.
The Elf never would have made my list if it were going my favorites, but I do know that it's probably the most.
It is probably
the only reason I drafted number 2 is because I had to put my favorite in there.
Oh,
not my
okay.
favorite, but my preference in there.
Yeah.
But I think Elf is the most popular Christmas movie of all time.
I think,
if you're looking at money it made.
Across generation and stuff too. I totally agree. I love that movie, but I think it's overplayed and not overhyped, but people obsess over that movie.
Stand the movie.
Do I quote it? Yes. Do I enjoy watching it? Yes. But I don't think it's the best Christmas movie of all time. I think there's a lot of other really meaningful and great Christmas movies.
I see. I'm not the biggest fan of Will Ferrell to begin with.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
He's one of those actors who all of his characters are the same person.
Yeah. I get that.
He's a comedian. He's not necessarily an actor.
Right.
So like, I don't know. I just now to that I will say the movie on Apple TV with him and Ryan Reynolds, Spirited. That is a great movie, and
Really?
it is it is Will Ferrell. But I love that movie.
Okay.
But even still, like he's kind of playing the same kind of person.
Yeah.
But I have to give credit where credit's due, and Elf is again the highest grossing Christmas movie.
It is holding its own because it
does have Zooey Deschanel. I'll give it that.
And it does have
I love
her
Zooey
little
Deschanel.
Blonde. She cute and she sings in it too.
Yeah, she does.
That song.
Love Zooey Deschanel.
Great. Yeah, she's good, and I think she's funny in there because she's kind of like very like yeah.
But if that movie's on, I'll like flip something. I'll turn something.
Really?
I'd rather watch a Hallmark movie if I'm being honest.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, that was your number 2.
It's my number 2. Yeah.
Dang. All right, and you got to skip your number 3 now.
I do have to skip my number 3.
My number 3, also an oldie but a goodie. Not black and white, but still not all human. Muppet Christmas Carol.
Muppet Christmas Carol. Interesting choice.
I love the Christmas Carol.
I do think again, it's probably one of like the top 10. Like if you just ask the general population, what are your top 10 favorite Christmas movies?
Yeah.
That would make it on the list.
Muppet or just a Christmas Carol?
Muppet.
I
think people
so
have like
too.
it's like a cult following.
It's funny.
I've never seen it.
It's really
It's funny.
It's funny. You must watch it. It's really fun. No, it's just so like it's so out of pocket. And every Muppet movie is. And that's why I've always really liked them. Like Muppet Treasure Island, banger. Muppets in Space, banger.
I don't think I've ever seen a Muppet movie.
Oh my God. You have homework to do.
I guess so.
They're so funny because they're so adult without even trying to hide it.
Right.
You know, it's not like the subliminal message. They just out front say shit and they get away with it. And it's so entertaining. But I do really like the story of A Christmas Carol. I like the Jim Carrey animated one, and I really like there's the just like the regular like Disney one and stuff too. Like I just enjoy that story, but I think the Muppets are hilarious. And I think they do it well. And that is my number 3.
Nice. My number 3, which was my number 4, is A Christmas Carol.
Oh.
Now I'm specifically thinking the Jim Carrey animated version, which I think is so good. Yes. Like great movie.
Yes.
But honestly, you give me any version of A Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
And I'm enjoying it.
To my point. It's a great story, and I've yet to find people who or any movie or anything who's really messed it up.
You know, every version of it
because they don't change it.
No, because there's really not much.
You always have Marley and Marley.
Yeah.
You got
it's good. There's actually, jumping back to Hallmark really quick, there's a Hallmark movie version of A Christmas Carol where it's like it's a very different take on it, but like it's still you're still doing like, you're getting the main points across. There's past, present, future.
Yeah.
And
Tiny Tim.
And then they end up falling in love at the end. Oh. There is no Tiny Tim.
No tragedy.
But there is a death.
Oh.
That doesn't change in the Hallmark movie, but you know, it's
interesting.
But it's very good.
Yeah.
My dad watches Hallmark movies like religiously, so I have seen a lot of them.
That's so
this is
funny.
one that I did not see because of him. I watched on my own because it was just on Peacock or something.
Yeah.
But it was very good.
Yeah.
Spirited, again, that one is another take on Christmas Carol.
There's a lot of like old like. Not even just cartoons, but cartoons will reference that like kind of trope or like that storyline too. Or for I love it. That's a good pick.
There's a version. It's a dark version on FX. A couple years ago, they aired like a 3-part miniseries. Each part was like an hour and some change long, and it's like again like a very like true like to its core telling of A Christmas Carol. But it's very, very, very dark because it's FX.
Yeah.
And so
I gotta check that out.
So good. I think it's on Max.
Okay, heard.
It is so good.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's spooky.
But again, dark.
Yeah.
Very dark.
Already a dark story if you really look.
That is
at
true,
it.
which is why I think FX did it probably more accurate than any other telling of it may have done it.
Yeah, that's true.
I've never read the book. Personally.
I know. I've read
Mr. Dickens.
I read like not a kid's version, but like just a little bit dumbed down version of a like still a chapter book, but like the fourth grade reading level or whatever. Back when I was in elementary school, and I kind of want to try and find like actually read it because I think it'd be interesting.
Yeah. Well, if you watch that, let me know.
Yeah.
Number 4.
I might do that this weekend. That sounds good. For my number 4, I don't think it's on your list.
Okay.
You don't take me as the person who would put this one on your list, especially
with the way I'm drafting.
With the way you're drafting right now, really probably won't pick it. Barbie Nutcracker.
Never seen it. You're absolutely right. I never would have picked it in a million years. No matter which way I drafted.
Now, part of the reason I do draft it is not because it's like the best movie in the whole wide world, but because I really like the story of the Nutcracker.
Yeah.
And Barbie.
I don't know the story of the Nutcracker.
How do you not know? Have you been to a ballet?
No.
Oh my God. It's a beautiful ballet for starters. The music, obsessed.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to try and explain it because I also cannot explain it off the top of my head. I can try and give a really rough crash course.
Nah, that's all right.
But it's so unnecessary and no one wants to hear that. But I really enjoy the story and I really enjoy Barbie movies because they were like my childhood.
Yeah.
So every time I think of Christmas, I just think of that movie. I couldn't tell you the last time I watched it. Maybe a year ago around Christmas.
Probably around Christmas, yeah.
Before that, it had been a while.
Yeah.
But they're really good.
Well, my number 4, again, which was my number 5, Home Alone.
That's that's actually my number 7. So we're still good. Yeah, Home Alone.
Classic.
It gotta be another one that has stood the test of time.
Yeah.
You know, it never gets old.
Yep.
You still quote it even if you haven't seen it in a while. Man, that one's good.
Yeah, it's good. It's again, it's just like you said, it's like one of those like classic Christmas movies. It's fun. It's got a little action.
Doesn't feel too much like a Christmas movie either.
Yeah.
Like it does, but also like
and it's very, very funny.
Yeah. I love the mom.
Yeah.
Love the mom. She does great.
It's also like now being an adult rewatching that movie, realizing how much of his family was just full of assholes.
Yes.
It's like,
dude, yeah, when you rewatch it, you actually realize it's a terrible situation for that kid.
Yeah.
No
absolutely.
wonder he wants to throw irons at people.
Yeah.
Like,
absolutely. He's getting all that pent up rage out.
Yes. Pent out rage.
Pent out rage.
What
is that popped up?
It's just a pop-up.
Cool.
She'll go away.
Your number 5.
My number 5.
Last pick.
Christmas Vacation.
Classic
movie.
We
referenced it.
We just watched that the other day. Riley watched it for the first time.
Really?
First time,
yeah. Oh my God. Did you guys enjoy it?
I mean, I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Enjoyed it. I don't know that she didn't enjoy it, but it was like, I think it's one of those movies where if you've never seen it, if you didn't watch it growing up.
You gotta grow up on it.
Yeah, because it's really not a good movie.
No, it's not in terms of quality and like.
Yeah.
God, I love the couple from across the street.
They're my favorite.
They're so funny.
Yeah, because they're normal. Honestly, if you think about it, they are normal people.
Yes,
they are victims.
All their reactions are valid. You're allowed to be pissed. They're fucking.
Riley asked while we were watching it. She was like, "What's wrong with those assholes?" I was like, imagine you live next to that fucking crazy person.
Your lights are blinding, and then your window's shattered by a tree. And
you know what I discovered while watching it this time around though? That I am Clark Griswold.
Yes. No, we talked about this last time when we were talking about you decorating your thing. This is your future, unfortunately.
I was at Walmart yesterday buying the thing for your laptop.
Oh my God.
And I went to the Christmas section just because I couldn't help myself.
Did you find one?
They've already discounted some of their decorations. All of their artificial Christmas trees are 25% off.
Dang.
And I was saying while we were decorating the house a couple weeks ago, I was like, I really want to put like a bunch of mini Christmas trees out in the front lawn to make it look like a little Christmas forest.
Oh my God.
So I bought 3 3-foot tall Christmas trees, pre-lit, and 2 3.5-foot tall Christmas trees that were on sale because the box was damaged.
You bought 5 trees.
5 3 to 3.5 foot tall pre-lit Christmas trees.
Oh my God.
And I put them all out on our front lawn.
That's insane.
Yeah. And all the lights go to, I told you this, like all the lights go to music.
Go to the music
there's inflatables all over the place.
Did you strap them down for the storm today?
Yes, I did.
Good. I thought of you.
Yep.
I thought of your stupid little inflatables.
Yep. I wrapped up all the extension cords in plastic bags.
I was outside. I was out on the site for work, and my coworker was just talking about how like, oh, the storm's coming. It's getting really windy, and I was like, oh my God, Joe's house is going to blow away. He's got so much shit strapped on.
So many. I was watching and I was like, God, I am so much like Clark Griswold. And I never thought I'd turn into that person. But
I never thought I'd see the day.
Yeah.
Here I am.
At least when it comes to,
crazy.
I was going to say at least when it comes to decorating, but then I was also watching the part where he just gets angry.
The dinner.
Yeah, and I also get really angry for no reason sometimes. So
that's so funny.
Yeah.
I love that movie. It's great. Do you have a number 5?
I do have a number 5. It's actually my number 6. And I think you'll appreciate this. Nightmare Before Christmas. I do think I do think it's one of those movies that's like you ask people our age, what's one of your like go-to Christmas movies, and they're gonna say Nightmare Before Christmas. That's just like one of those things, like because they grew up watching it, myself included.
I like that. That is one of my favorite movies. I mean, I have a whole banner right behind us. It is one of my favorite movies of all time, and I normally just throw it into Halloween. But it's also just like I try to watch it during Christmas, but it's not a priority. Halloween, I have to. Like even if it's literally Halloween.
I think there are a lot of people that watch it both holidays.
Yes, and I used to when I had more like time, but I agree. It's a classic. A lot of people do love that movie, especially our age, because we grew up right around when it came up and stuff. I think it's a phenomenal film because it is such a crazy concept. And I don't wish for a sequel, but I wish for them to explore it more somehow.
It'd be very cool.
You know, with the other things. But again, I hate sequels, so I don't.
Fair.
And I like if it's not broken, don't fix it. Don't keep going for it. Good pick. That's a good one. That's a good one. Is that you only did 6, right?
I only wrote down 6. I've got plenty more, right? But like,
have you seen Jingle All the Way?
It sounds familiar.
It's the Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I don't think I actually have. I think I've seen it on Netflix.
Oh my
Like I see that it's there, but I've not watched it.
It's such a
Danny DeVito's in that, right?
I don't.
No. I'm thinking of a different movie with the two of them.
Of course.
Yeah.
You have to watch it. Go watch Jingle All the Way. It's hilarious. It's got the same energy of being like, it's not a good quality movie.
Yeah.
The acting is subpar. Like Christmas Vacation.
Right.
But there's a bunch of random one-liners that you're just like, what is happening? And if you grew up on it, you like it more. Right. Because like your family will make the references just casually. But I love that movie. It's so funny.
I will say my favorite, I think probably my top 2 favorite Christmas movies did not make this list. That would be White Christmas, which again, like oldie.
Old school.
Yeah. That is my number 1 all-time favorite.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
I watch that every year with my dad. At the very least, my dad. If my mom's there, she'll also watch. But usually it's just on and my mom happens to be not home. So sorry, Mom.
Yeah, it happens. Aw.
But so I like make sure I watch that with my dad. And my number 2 is Polar Express. And the only reason I didn't put it on my list, the only reason I did not put it on this list, because so many people hate that movie because of the animation.
I disagree. It has character.
It's so good.
It's so good. And the movie
it was motion capture before motion capture became popular, so I think it was still young.
It was before its age.
Yeah.
It's before its time.
And that's why it has that animation. I don't think the animation is that bad. I think it's really good.
It's just because our generation is so used to great animation
and so
now.
people are like, because people like, they say it triggers that uncanny valley thing.
Yeah.
Which I don't think that it does at all.
I don't think it's very uncanny.
I think the animation is fine.
Yeah.
And it's, again, like easily my number 2.
Love that
movie.
It's
so good. Makes me cry.
Yeah. The end with the bell, I'm just like, oh my God. And the parents go like, oh, it's broken.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh,
heartbreaking.
The parents.
Heartbreaking.
Oh, man. Now, this, I don't know. This was the one that I thought about putting on my list, but I decided not to. But I was debating in my head. Do you think Rise of the Guardians counts as a Christmas movie?
Absolutely.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
See, I thought so too.
Great movie.
Talk
about making me cry. Great movie.
Dude, that movie is insane.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the brother and the sister, whoo, that kills me.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
Just before we came over here, we watched That Christmas. It's a brand new Netflix movie. Well, at least it's brand new this year.
Is that the one where Jack Frost comes to life?
No.
Oh.
That Christmas is an animated movie. It's not super long. and it's got a song by Ed Sheeran in it. Kelly Clarkson's Underneath the Tree is also in it.
Thank God.
Yeah, but this movie, so like I listened to the Ed Sheeran song and I was like, this movie seems like it's gonna be sad because of just like the style of the song.
Ed Sheeran's on the hello.
And then I was like watching the preview for it and I go, this looks funny and fun.
Yeah.
And so we watched it. It was both.
Wow.
It was fun. It was funny. It was sad. Great movie.
Yeah.
Watch that Christmas.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. I will check that out too. I love Rise of the Guardians, and I'm trying to find more movies.
Great movie.
That villain, crazy.
Yeah.
Again, that's one where like the story is so well developed and thought out. And oh my God, the Sandman, when that happened, I was like, huh, woo, this is not a children's movie.
Yep.
Woo, and the top, woo.
So good.
Really good. Bangers all around.
Love them. I love Christmas movies.
I know. Now I'm going to watch all of these in this order.
Yes.
I'm like in such a Christmas mood now. That's great.
In other news,
oh God,
off of Christmas, and jumping back to I mentioned a CEO earlier. Boy, oh boy, is the world.
What is our world? What is our nation?
Is our country? Our country is up in arms over Luigi.
Mama, I'm in love
what's the last name? Mangione.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know.
So listen, right when I saw that video, if you don't know who I'm talking about, Luigi Mangione is the current is under arrest for killing a CEO in New York City. Like the CEO of United Healthcare. Just shot him right in the back.
Yeah.
Supposedly, this guy, he hasn't been convicted yet.
Right.
But he is the number one suspect and he's currently under arrest for it. When I first saw the video of what happened, I was like, I happened to be watching the news, which is never something I do, but I just happened to be watching it. And I was like, holy shit, what in the world are we doing?
I didn't, there's a video, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, so like the video stops right before the trigger is pulled.
I'm so surprised.
But there was like security camera footage of him just strolling up behind him, just boom, and then he walks further and goes boom again to just, double down on to make sure he's got him. But yeah, so I saw the video, and again, the video stops, at least on the news, stops right before the trigger's actually pulled because they can't show that on the news.
Right.
But I watched that and I was like, that's crazy. And then I was showing it to Riley and I was like, they're going to catch him. It's New York City. There's cameras everywhere. Nobody gets away with anything in New York City.
Right.
Which is not true, but I was like, they're going to catch him. And I was unaware that less than a week from that happening, that the country would be very much on the murderer's side.
Okay. Everyone's being like, he's so high, he should be free. That's a whole different story. People are all about, I'm like, hey, someone just got murdered.
Yeah, but
it's crazy.
So I was like, that's absolutely ridiculous that this happened. Like, obviously murder's not okay, right? But then when Riley was explaining to me, one, how he got caught, and two, like how everybody feels about this, I was like, I'm sorry, do we not like the CEO? And she was like, well, he's the CEO of an insurance company, essentially, like United Health. And I'm like, health insurance is like the worst fucking thing in the world in our country because it sucks. I'm like, I didn't even think about, like, I was like, CEO of a company, that's crazy that you would just kill a CEO. But now I'm like, oh God, this is the CEO of an insurance company. This is a bad person who's been murdered.
Big deal.
Yeah.
And people are
loving it. People are one might say Mick loving it.
Yeah, the whole McDonald's sitch is crazy.
Yeah, so how he got caught was, well, one, before the murder, he was at a Starbucks, right? Okay. I'm like, I just learned all this like yesterday. Yeah. I had no idea anything.
I'm still trying to learn it all.
So he was at a Starbucks prior to, you got to get your coffee before you murder somebody.
Right, of course.
Classic.
Energy.
Starbies, yeah. And so he saw a hot barista, as we all have in our time.
Happens.
And took his mask down to give her the old,
smolder.
Yeah, give her the old smolder. And was seen on camera.
Yeah.
Because, of course, at a register, there's going to be a camera. It makes sense.
Everywhere.
He then goes boom, boom to the CEO. Bing bang.
As one does.
And was back to the camera. Can't see that it's him. Then is supposedly seen on another camera leaving the scene of the crime. Because again, cameras everywhere in New York City. Hops onto an e-bike and rides it into Central Park. Then makes it to Pennsylvania. Leaves the city, leaves the state.
Yep.
Makes it to Pennsylvania.
Yep.
Goes to a Mickey D's and is recognized by an employee there. Correct. Yes, I have this all correct so far. She then calls 911 and goes, "Hey, got the guy who might have murdered the CEO in New York City."
Yeah.
They show up, arrest him.
Yeah.
And now we're at today.
Yeah.
And the nation found out. And the nation, I think at least the people probably our age again.
Yep.
And maybe a little bit younger are up in arms because two things. One, Luigi, stupid hot.
Yeah. The fact that
man's got ribs that you could wash clothes on.
The fact that they showed on the news his like
shirtless
abs pic on the mountains, I was like, they know what they're doing here.
Luigi.
And
two, right? So one, he's hot. Two, he. Okay.
All right.
Two, he killed a man that a lot of people don't like.
He went to an Ivy League school and was valedictorian
Crazy
and all
smart.
this stuff. Like, it's just this most bizarre thing. And here's the other thing. I didn't hear about this happening until, like...
Luigi?
They were almost, like, until they had, like, the footage of him and stuff.
Right.
So the fact that this chick recognized him from that pic of him at the register where it's, like, an angle with the smile, I'm like... I genuinely, if you ask...
Girl must live on the news.
I don't recognize half the people we work with.
Yeah.
Like, if I just walked by, I would not recognize, like, half of them. You know what I mean? So the fact that, like, something...
Well, and here's the other thing, right? So because the world is so up in arms with this McDonald's employee catching this guy, well, that's one of the things they're up in arms about, is this McDonald's employee turned him in. Probably for two reasons. One,
the money.
She wanted to stop a murderer from being free.
Sure.
Trying to be a good Samaritan. Two,
the money.
There was a reward.
Yeah.
And not a big one at that.
No.
That's a thing a lot of people are pissed about. They're like $10,000, I think is what I heard the number was.
That low?
That low.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so everyone's like, I'm not calling in. You're free to go. Here's your McDouble.
Yeah.
Enjoy it. $10,000? You got to bump that up. What are you doing? But it's come to a point where they have figured out who the McDonald's employee was and have spread her personal information.
Oh, I didn't know this.
All over the internet. Her name's Nancy. Everyone can figure it out. Nancy Parker, I believe, is her last name.
Oh my God.
And she has now been fired from Mickey D's.
Really?
I don't know the reasoning behind that.
That's taking a phone call on the clock.
The McDonald's has like the lowest reviews of a McDonald's ever because everyone's just going on wherever you put reviews, Yelp, and just one-starring this McDonald's because they figured out exactly which McDonald's because the internet's an insane place to be in 2024.
That's insane.
Yeah, so the McDonald's is now probably just going to go out of business.
Yeah.
That employee is unemployed. She didn't get her reward because when they put up the reward, they said you had to call the tip line, and she called 911. So they won't give her the reward.
No,
so now
I heard
she
didn't get it, but I didn't know why.
Yeah, now she's out $10,000 and out of the job, and all of her personal information's on the internet, and everybody fucking hates her because she turned in the hottest dude of the year for murdering a piece of garbage.
And
probably
this is why, thank God, Ted Bundy is not our time because we would have all
Ted
been
Bundy.
fucked.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah.
All of them. We're so dumb.
Yeah.
Have you, the Menendez show?
Yeah.
Everyone's like, oh my God, they're not, they can't.
Everybody loves a bad boy.
They can't be guilty. Look at that. Ladies.
Yeah.
Hey.
Calm yourselves.
This is not okay.
Yeah. But there's also a lot of like conspiracies now that Luigi, there's no way it could be him. Everybody's looking at the eyebrows and saying their eyebrows don't match.
I don't think it looked that much
The
like
nose
him.
is different.
Yeah.
The nose is very different from the pictures I've seen.
Yeah. It's very weird. And they're being very
Why would
aggressive.
they set him up, though?
I don't know if you've seen videos of them, like, pulling him in and out of cars.
Yeah.
It's very aggressive.
Yeah.
Apparently, they're not doing it, like, I should not be saying things because my facts are coming from the interweb and not the news.
Take everything we say with a grain of salt. We know basically nothing.
We know nothing. We're just yapping.
Yeah.
But it just seems off based off of everything.
The whole thing seems odd,
I'm not team Luigi or anything like that because it's fucking crazy that these people are. I don't think he's. Okay, you do you. But it's more just.
I don't think his face is that cute.
It's the fat. But those abs.
Those abs.
It's more of just the fact that like every aspect of this is weird. The way the public is reacting, the way the news is reacting, the way like because again, why are they using that photo as a picture on the news?
Very odd photo to use.
If he takes pictures like that, I'm sure he's got 500 pictures on his Instagram that you could use.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, why that picture was the one that they posted on the news? It all seems off.
It's a very interesting case. I will be very, very intrigued to see where it goes.
Yeah.
And inevitably, the trial, that's going to be televised. You know that. I'm
waiting
interested.
For the docuseries
I'm waiting for the Netflix documentary.
Well,
I can't wait to find out who's going to play him.
Who? Oh, shoot. Have you seen Now You See Me?
Yes.
The magic?
Yeah.
Franco.
Dave Franco.
People want Dave Franco to play him.
Love it. Great, brilliant casting.
Great.
Brilliant.
And the fact that that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
And not the fact that literally a week ago there was a murder.
Man.
And
there's a murder every day.
This is also true.
Yeah.
This is also true.
It's just because it's a CEO that everyone's up in arms.
Yeah. Which is.
But
again,
I do enjoy all of the TikToks of like different CEOs react. I mean, it's not like it's like people pretending to be CEOs and reacting to this.
Yeah.
Like, for example, the McDonald's one. It just so happened that around the same time, McDonald's announced that their snack wrap is coming back. Did they announce it because the CEO was just murdered and the CEO of McDonald's got a little scared and had to do something that's going to please the people?
Make sure the people were okay.
And now McDonald's sucks because they turned in the guy. Mm-hmm. So is McDonald's going to come up with something else?
They got to step it up.
Yeah.
What are they going to do next?
I'm thinking dollar menu items, back down to $1.
Correct. Actually be a dollar menu item.
Yeah. Bring it back down. Yep. But snack wraps, that's a good first step because I love it. Somebody said the other day at work, they were like, bring back the McRib. I go, nope, that's okay.
Unneeded.
Yeah,
it's
we
okay.
don't need that.
You're like 5% of the country that needs that.
Yeah.
You know?
The McLobster roll, do you remember that? That was a thing in certain McDonald's locations.
Choose life.
Yeah.
You know what they need to bring back? The Nugget character Happy Meal toys.
Yeah.
Where they got the little outfits.
Yep.
That's what okay, actually, yeah. Bring back good McDonald's Happy Meal toys.
Yeah. Bring back the $10 meal box.
Bring back the play area.
Bring back the play area now.
Also,
McDonald's.
Bring back
now.
The neon McDonald's in a Walmart and not this sterile, like, office-looking McDonald's on the highway. Okay, I've said my piece.
Bring back Ronald McDonald.
On the bench, sitting outside that you can take a picture with.
Yes.
Please. Where's Grimace?
Yeah.
Come on. You can't have...
Where's Hamburglar?
Where's Hamburglar when you really need him?
Yeah, wasn't there a girl too?
Yeah, she looked like a little duck. What was her name?
I don't know.
Yeah, the pigtails and the duck face.
Yeah, yep.
What?
I don't know. Bring her back.
Bring her back. Please.
The snack wrap, though. I'm so excited.
I don't.
You know what? McDonald's, bring back your salads.
Oh my God.
Bring them. When I was a kid.
Our list of demands right now.
Yeah, hey. Lives are at stake.
Oh my God.
Who's the CEO of McDonald's?
You know, as someone who cares about McDonald's, I'm scared for McDonald's now.
CEOs everywhere probably should be scared because people are going to start taking a stand.
Yeah, that's really crazy.
I'm not saying I'm not. This is not an open invitation to start murdering people. I don't agree with that at all.
Yeah, I think that's
I'm making my statement very clear on that.
That's a terrible idea.
CEOs maybe start doing a little bit more to show that you're not, the worst person in the world.
Slimy.
Yeah, slimy. Because we all think you're slimy anyways.
Yeah, I don't know. know. This is a very interesting time.
It is.
Also, it's one of those things where it's like, we're almost the end of 2024. Like, can we not?
It certainly wasn't on my bingo card to have a hot murderer at the end.
I know.
Yeah.
Like, at the beginning. Oh,
new lore just dropped.
Was it? I forget one year, but it was where it was the Australia fires. Was like on the first.
That was 2020.
Yeah. And the next day was something else. And the next day was like the beginning of like COVID and stuff. Yeah. Like, all these things happened in the first 3 days of the year. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And so now it's this, the same. God, it's just, yeah. And then, oh my God, yeah. January was a mess back then.
But yeah, when I was a kid, and when my mom would take us to McDonald's, I would get probably chicken McNuggets because that's, what I still get to this day.
Yeah.
I might get some after we finish recording here.
Yeah, you got
it. But my mom would always get like their chicken Caesar salad.
Oh, yeah.
And without fail, I would ask her if I could have a bite of it because it was one of the best things I've ever eaten in my life.
That's crazy.
And she would just say, "Why don't you just get it yourself?" And I go, "Because I can't not get the nuggets."
Yeah, you
right? Like it just
nuggets.
Feels a salad doesn't feel filling enough ever.
Yeah.
But boy, if they brought back the salad right now.
Whenever I went to McDonald's, I made sure to ask that I got a boy's toy in my Happy Meal because the girls' toys sucked. And I always wanted a boy's toy. And so I had to make sure they put in the right toy.
I didn't know there were two different toys.
Yeah, they had a boy. Well, back in the day.
Yeah.
When
sexism was allowed.
Yeah. They had the Transformers and then the Barbie dolls. And if
you didn't want Barbie? You just said one of your favorite Christmas movies is Barbie Nutcracker.
Yeah, but they would be shit compared to a real Barbie. They'd be a little cheap, short plastic thing. And I'm like, I don't need this. I'd rather have a Transformer that actually turns into a car and like pull back and the cool shit,
It's
know?
Fair.
So, come on, McDonald's.
Yeah, so that's
what's in the news.
That's
all that is over my.
I can't wait to find out more about Luigi.
I know this. I hope this story continues to develop.
Yeah.
I hope this doesn't get brushed under the rug quickly.
Yeah. No, I don't think it will.
I think if they just like quickly convict him and throw it out, they're gonna try and like make this hush hush so people will stop talking about it.
See.
But I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But
CEOs beware.
No.
Merry Christmas.
No, that's so aggressive.
I really do think though, like there's some crazy enough people out there that are like, this is
our chance.
This is the start.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. There's better
and I'm
be
like,
a
all right,
mess.
everybody slow down.
Yes, dude.
Somebody who's got eyes on Bobby Iges.
Yeah.
Somebody keep an eye on him.
He's fine.
We live in Florida. Well, he doesn't live in Florida. He's fine.
I was gonna say.
He lives in California. He's all right. Yeah.
Yeah, he's fine over there.
Yeah.
Or you can hop on a scooter and get out of there fast, apparently.
Scooter.
One
of those scooters.
I don't know.
I've always wanted to get one of those, but I'm also afraid to like catch gonorrhea just by touching it.
Dude, one of my friend's boyfriends broke his collarbone on one of those. And I'm like, if you're going to really injure yourself on a scooter.
Yeah. How do those even? How do those even work?
What do you mean?
Like you pay for them, right?
Yeah.
You can travel X amount of distance.
Yeah.
How? Then what?
You like tap in. It's like clocking in, clocking out. So wherever you clock them off, it does the distance and charges you based on that.
Okay. Yeah. No.
And time.
Right. Yeah.
There's like an hour there.
Do you have to stop it at a place where there's another drop-off location? Do they have designated drop-off and pickup locations?
Yes, but you can drop. Like, okay,
because if I leave it anywhere,
right,
what happens?
There's like a vicinity you have to leave them within. So at least for my college, there was like a perimeter, and you could drop it off anywhere. And they had a nightly bus that came around or truck that came around and picked them all up and re-put them in all the stations. And
because I was gonna say how do they charge?
Yeah, and from DC, like they're just randomly everywhere. I don't know that they ever pick them up, but I think they like made a giant bubble around DC, and it was like as long as you stay in this area, and most people normally do, like it's fine. And I think they like.
What happens if you go outside the bubble?
I think it just flashes. It explodes.
And on site, they just kill you.
Yeah.
You know how like when they introduced fence. Or when they created shopping carts that the wheels would lock up after you pass the yellow line, the scooter just
it just
boom.
The front wheel just pops.
Yeah.
And just like fall over.
Shrapnel embedded in you.
Could you
You
imagine?
are dead.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah.
No, I don't know exactly what they do. I'm pretty sure they just like flash and be like, you're entering like out of bounds or something. Like a video game.
You just hit a wall.
Yeah, you just
Pancake.
it literally is a bubble.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyways, trivia?
Let's do trivia. I feel like we have chatted.
Random trivia generator. Do we want regular or Christmas?
Let's do Christmas.
Christmas. Pick a number 1 through a lot.
Let's go with 43.
Just got to 43. In the 12 days of Christmas, what did my true love send to me on the 5th day? A nice easy 2 points for the two of us. We'll take it.
Do I even need to write it down?
Yes, you do.
Okay, fine.
Podcast answers. That's where we are. Which will ensure that I continue to hold on to the lead here, which is fine by me.
So lame.
All right. I'm locked in.
I'm locked in. I golden.
You know, there's some songs or some renditions of, there's some renditions of that song where they just say 5 gold rings. I'm like,
no,
golden.
It's golden.
Golden.
Golden?
5. Oh, 5 gold rings.
5 gold.
Gold.
No, it's 5 golden.
Golden.
They're wrong.
Anyways, Joe 2 points. Lauren 2 points. Lauren, where can the people find you?
The people can find moi at lou.mcdonald on my Instagram. That is L2U's, not a W, .mcdonald. And my eat of the week was... What did I eat this week? Have you ever had a Beth's Burgers?
Yes.
Yeah, I had
Didn't
that.
I recommend that to you?
I don't know. Maybe.
Pretty sure I did.
Maybe.
Like a long time ago.
I got it with a coworker on Monday for like a lunch meeting.
Straight gas.
Oh my god.
So good.
So good.
What'd you get?
The grilled chicken sandwich with bacon on it.
You went to a burger bar, you got a grilled chicken sandwich?
Yeah, I don't want to hear it, okay?
Okay.
It was really good. He got the peanut butter.
Oh,
burger.
great. Went big.
Yeah. But they were great.
That's big for lunch.
Yeah, dude. Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. But yeah, delish.
Nice.
That's my pick. Where can they find you?
You can follow me on my photography Instagram at Sharky_photography and my regular Instagram at Secret Agent Sharky. My eat of the week is... Oh, it's tough. It's not tough. The other day, we got Chinese food from Bamboo Wok. Sweet and sour chicken, pork fried rice, 2 egg rolls, plain fried rice, white rice, fortune cookie.
God damn.
Yeah.
That's delish.
With hot sauce.
Did you get a good fortune?
I forgot to open the fortune cookie.
Wow, okay.
Yeah,
Anyways,
I did it. I did the Chinese food wrong.
That's like the first thing you're supposed to do.
Yep.
Oh my
I actually
God.
don't even know where the fortune cookies are at this moment.
Oh my God.
So I think,
your dog
you know
probably
why?
ate them.
Because I didn't open the bag. So
rookie mistake. Yeah. Blame it over there.
Yeah, sleepster over there.
Miss fourth wall over there.
Yeah, has lost the fortunes. Or they forgot to give them to us, in which case I should sue.
Yeah, complain.
Yeah, I will. Get a free meal next time.
Go have a meeting with their CEO.
Bamboo Walk doesn't have a CEO.
Yeah, I know. That's crazy. I love fortune cookies.
So good. Ever since they started adding sugar to them.
I don't like the taste, though. I just like getting... I like the concept.
I love the taste.
I like the concept. I like getting a cookie and getting...
A little piece of paper. Yeah.
I like fortune. They're great.
Good for you.
Anywho.
Fortunes have really fallen off lately. That's what I'm saying, though. The cookies have gotten better. The fortunes have gotten worse.
Yeah. They're more generic. They're getting more vague. They got to reach out.
You know what they should start doing at Chinese restaurants? Every so often, toss a couple bucks in that cookie.
Are they going to say put a bad fortune?
No.
Look behind you.
Scare people. Toss a couple of dollars in there.
See, that's what I would do. I would do some spooky ones in there.
That
just
would be
to,
cool,
like,
too.
Throw people off. Where they're like, I'm so excited. Be like, check the trunk of your car before you like drive off.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, check the backseat of your car before you drive off.
That's a smart fortune. That's what that is. Yeah. Terrifying, but smart.
But like things like that, be like,
well, you do that because you're a woman.
Be like, did you turn off the oven? Like you just open your thing, you're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
That would be horrid.
Is your refrigerator running? You flip it over. It says you better go catch it.
See, yours are just mean jokes. Like mine's like actually
and then it's just got 2 middle fingers.
Yeah, it's a smiley face. The smiley face on the bag is actually just like. All right, so starting
no lucky numbers. It's just get fucked, loser.
Get fucked. Here's your luck.
Yeah. Anyways, as for the podcast, you can follow us on Twitter at CSGPod. That is CSGPOD. Follow us on TikTok at The Shuffle Podcast and on Instagram at The Shuffle_podcast to see our clips. And then subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all at The Shuffle Podcast. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. We'll talk with you next week, which is our Christmas episode already.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jeez,
next week will be the episode right before Christmas.
Wow.
So
yeah,
we'll be dressed up.
Looking bougie.
Yep.
It's exciting.
I'm very excited. I love the Christmas episode. It's always fun.
Yeah.
I like wearing a Santa hat. Really, that's what it is.
Good. Yeah, I'm going to have to wear one of mine or something.
Yep.
We'll figure it out. We shall see.
Cool. We'll talk to you next week. Yeah. Bye, everybody.
Bye, y'all. Christ almighty.